Hi friends, I am back with you today with my next video, and this video I will dedicate to travel and tourism. First of all friends, today is 2nd of October, so I dedicate this video today to the two great souls of India to whom we are indebted for whatever freedom and liberty and development we have to enjoy today. First of all, I pay homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji, on his anniversary. It is because of him that today we live in a free India. Then I pay homage to the second Prime Minister of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji also, because of whom India became a strong nation and a sense of moral values that he inculcated in the people of India. With this, I will take up the destinations which I am going to focus on in this video. Friends, I have been in the Northeast for a good length of time, to be precise, for 2.5 years. And let me tell you, Northeast is the most beautiful place in India. It is the heart of India, I would say. And if you visit Northeast once, I assure you that your body or physically you may come back from Northeast, but your soul will remain in Northeast. And you have to go back there again to bring back your soul. So, such is the beauty of the Northeast. Friends, Northeast consists of 7 states: Assam, Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, and Meghalaya. So these 7 states are called the Seven Sisters of the Northeast, and one more state falls on that side, which is Sikkim, but it is separated from the Northeast by a narrow corridor, which is called the Chicken's Neck or the Siliguri corridor, which is a very narrow corridor separating Sikkim from the remaining 7 states of the Northeast. So for that reason, Sikkim is called the big brother of the Seven Sisters. So that is the terminology used to describe these states. The 7 states in the Northeast are Seven Sisters of the Northeast, and Sikkim is the brother of the Seven Sister States. Now friends, as you enter Northeast, the first point more often than not would be Assam, and in Assam too, Guwahati will be the most likely uh, port of entry or the point of entry. So I would say that Assam is the gateway to the Northeast, and good connectivity to Guwahati is there by air from all major cities like say Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, of course, is very near. Kolkata, good number of flights are there to Guwahati, and the flight duration is hardly 1.5 hours from Kolkata. And the tickets from Kolkata are also very cheap. If you book in advance, you are likely to get a ticket in 2.5 thousands only. So that is how by air one approaches. Then trains are there. Rajdhanis run. There is a New Delhi Dibrugarh Rajdhani Express which goes via Kokrajhar, Bongaigaon, Barpeta, Nalbari, Rangia, Guwahati, Dimapur, Mariani, and then on to Dibrugarh. Mariani, I must mention, is very close to Jorhat. So that way, good number of major cities of Northeast can be touched by Rajdhani Express also, and roads by and large are fine. So once you enter Northeast, you can travel by road also. Northeast is steeped in history, friends. You know, all of India was conquered by the Mughal emperors, but they could never enter the northeast. Because of the valor of the Ahom kings there, the Mughals tried to capture the northeast by crossing the Brahmaputra. Mighty Brahmaputra flows through northeast, covering many states. So the Mughals wanted to cross Brahmaputra and capture the northeast also. But the valor of the Ahom kings, particularly their commander Lachit Barphukan, who was a bold, very courageous commander of the Ahom king, and Barphukan is a rank which itself denotes a person who commands a high number of soldiers. So Lachit Borphukan engaged the Mughal army at the Brahmaputra and defeated them, and they could never capture the northeast. Such was the valor of Lachit Borphukan that northeast was saved from the grips of the Mughal emperors. Then, friends, northeast Assam is the major state, and Guwahati is the capital. Its pronunciation, if you see, Guwahati. Guwa is your betel nut, which is eaten with pan or betel, and Hati is the market. So, Guwahati or Assam also, I would say, is a major trade center for the betel nut. That gives it the name Guwahati. And Mahatma Gandhi also came there and stayed. There is a famous center where silk is woven. Silk sarees are very famous. Muga silk of Assam is very famous. The place is called Sualkushi. So Mahatma Gandhi came to Sualkushi also. And Assam is the place where the oil wells were drilled for the first time in Asia. That's the significance of Assam. And then tea. Most of the tea in India, majority of the quantity of tea produced in India is from Assam only, and the quality is also very fine. So I would request you to taste the Assam tea for its aroma, for its taste. It's very good, I assure you. Please buy some good Assam tea from the market wherever you are, and also visit Assam to have a bag of tea back with you. Then, friends, by land, if you visit northeast, then from Bengal you have to enter, and the last district of Bengal is Siliguri, after which the first district of Assam would be Kokrajhar. After Kokrajhar, Barpeta, Nalbari. In between there is Bongaigaon also. So Kokrajhar, Bongaigaon, Barpeta, Nalbari, Rangia, and then Guwahati. This is how you travel. The roads are good, so this route also can be taken, but it will be little time consuming because of the distance involved. So friends, this is how you approach northeast, and within northeast there are several airports which have good number of flights from major airports of India. For example, Imphal, which is the capital of Manipur, is the second biggest airport in northeast, and good number of flights are there. Then Jorhat is an airport where good number of flights are there. Dibrugarh is an airport having good connectivity. Aizawl is an airport having good connectivity. Shillong has a smaller airport and flights operate from Kolkata mostly. Then Nagaland, the major trade center of Nagaland, which is Dimapur, has a big airport and flights operate from Kolkata and from Delhi also. So these are the airports where you can land. Northeast has good flora and fauna also. You know, it is the biggest center of bamboo production and cane production in India. Lot of bamboo and cane is produced, which is used in house constructions. there is a Assam type house in which mostly bamboo and cane is used. And then furniture. You can have good sofa sets, good furniture in your house made of Assam bamboo and cane. Thereafter, lot of handicraft is made. For example, in Assam, you have chapi. Chapi is a hat worn on the head. It is a symbol of great honor, and it is made of bamboo wood. So jhapi is one major item produced out of bamboo. Then you have several more like lampshades. Lot of lampshades you can find which are made of bamboo and cane. And then you have modhas, sofas, tables, any furniture of the household you name, and you can have it made of bamboo and cane in Assam. So this is one major thing there. Now friends, I will take you through to the entire northeast. I would request you to visit my travel blog, which is Shekhar Srivastav world.wordpress.com. So I have blogged on this about 5 states so far, in parts also, and I will cover the remaining part of those states later on in my blog also. So the states I have covered are Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura. And on my travel blog, Shekhar Srivastav world.wordpress.com, I have blogged about US, Canada, and Netherlands also. So it is my request that you visit those blogs to have some information on these places. So as I said, I have blogged on this about Manipur. So today this video I will focus mostly on Manipur, friends. Manipur. Manipur, friends, is bounded in the north by Nagaland, in the south by Mizoram, in the east by Myanmar, and in the west by Assam. So Manipur is a very beautiful state, as the name would itself suggest. Mani means jewel and Pur means land. So it is a jewel land. Jewel land, so beautiful that it is called the jewel land. And as I mentioned earlier, Imphal is a major airport in the northeast, biggest one after Guwahati. So flights operate from Guwahati also to Imphal, and from Delhi, Bangalore, etc. also to Imphal. So once you reach Imphal and the aeroplane is overhead, you can see the beauty, natural beauty is strewn all around. Water, Loktak Lake, then rice fields, then greenery. It is all so beautiful. And once you land there, the entire place gives a pleasant feeling. As you come out of the airport, there is a wide road, 4-lane road, which leads you into the city. Good hotels are there. In fact, 4-star hotels are available, which ensure your comfortable stay there. Then in the city, Kangla Fort is there, which had been the seat of the kings of the Manipur state. So Kangla Fort is a beautiful fort to be seen. Inside the fort, there are several things, like your Khwamba temple is there, then your old Govindaji temple is there, and many this Kangla is a animal there found, so statues of Kangla also you can find there inside the Kangla fort. So friends, I would show you a picture here of the Kangla fort. Just see the beauty of the Kangla fort. Here it is. This is the main gate of the Kangla fort. So you can see how beautifully it is built, and there is a moat all around the fort which was made to ensure the safety of the fort. Then friends, in the city there are several places to see. Like your this Ema market is there, so you can see Ema market. Ema market is a all ladies market. So Ema market is a good place to see, and I will show you a photo of Ema market also here. Just have a look friends, here it is. So Ema market, you can see Ema means mother. So Ema market is so called because it is manned by mothers, ladies only. So Ema market is a market, big market, which is manned totally by the ladies, and you can judge from this how industrious, how hardworking, how caring the ladies in Manipur are. You can see here they are selling fruits and vegetables. This is only one part of Ema market. Ema market in fact consists of 3 sheds, huge sheds. This is one shed where vegetables and fruits are sold, and there are 2 more sheds in which you can find anything of use in your household. For example, clothes. In fact, I myself bought some very good bed sheets and ladies wear saris even from the Ema market. And the traditional dress of the ladies in Manipur is fanek, which is a very graceful, very beautiful dress. So fanek also one can try. The ladies, when they visit northeast, they can try a Manipuri fanek on themselves. It's a very graceful dress. I must mention it here. So friends, this is your Ema market. Then friends, after Kangla fort and Ema market, there are several other things. There is a temple called Govindaji temple. So that temple can be visited. So that temple consists of the statues of Jagannath, Balbhadra and Subhadra. So I will show you the exterior of the temple. Here it is friends. See how many devotees are entering. And Ras Leela also is very famous here. It is held during the festivals. So this is the Govindaji temple. Everybody who comes to Imphal definitely visits the Govindaji temple. Then friends, there are other places like say Loktak lake is there. So Loktak is the largest freshwater lake in India, and there is something called Fumdi here. You know what is a Fumdi? So Fumdi is nothing but a biomass which is floated onto the lake. So I have the photo of Loktak lake with me. Let me show it to you. This is the Loktak lake friends, and there are biomasses floating onto the lake. These are called Fumdis. So fumdis are man-made actually. The bamboos are tied together and then mud is stuck onto those bamboos and floated onto the lake. Over a period vegetation grows and this serves as an island on which huts are made. People live there, and in fact there are operational restaurant kind of things also there. When we went to the Leptak Lake and did boating, so our boat took us to a Fumdi on which a restaurant was working, and we had tea and fried fish there. So this is the beauty of the place, Loktak Lake. Then friends, besides Loktak Lake, next to it there is a national park, which is a unique national park in the sense that this is also a floating national park, and the name is Kibul Lamjao National Park, which is famous for Sangai deer. Sangai is a type of deer which is found here, and this Sangai is the state animal of Manipur. It is also called dancing deer because as it moves forward, it moves sideways also. So it is called a dancing deer. So Kibul Lamjao you can visit to see Sangai deer, which is a rare species of deer, not found anywhere else in the country. So please have a visit to Kibul Lamjao also. And friends, near to this Loktak, there is some distance, there is a diversion to a place called Moirang. Moirang is historical from the perspective of the Second World War, because during the Second World War, the Indian National Army of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose came up to Moirang and they hoisted the Indian flag there. So it was a clarion call for the freedom of the country given by the INA at Moirang, and they showed that they have reached India and freedom is ours. This thing became very clear. So Moirang is a historic place, and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's statue has been built there, and there is a museum also which shows the life of Netaji in detail. This is worth visiting, very historical place, and there is a memorial also built. The then Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi inaugurated this memorial. Then friends, World War II, lots of casualties happened in this area, and English soldiers were killed. So the English government built a cemetery also there, which is maintained till date, and this cemetery is also a beautiful place to see, because the maintenance is good, one thing. Second thing, the graves are marked with brass plaques. So there is a distinct mark for every fallen soldier who laid down life for the good objectives. So this cemetery is also worth visiting. And then friends, this Manipur borders your Myanmar. So Myanmar you can visit, and Myanmar border is about 150 kilometers from Imphal by road. The road condition is good. So the border town of India, Manipur, is Moreh, and there is a border checkpost. Once you cross the border checkpost, you will enter Myanmar, and the town of Myanmar on other side is Tamu. Tamu consists of a big market of Chinese goods mainly. So those items are sold there, and it's a Buddhist country, Myanmar. So you will find lots of pagodas, lots of Buddhist temples, Buddha's statues everywhere. So that all you can see. And one particular fruit is grown there. You must have heard dragon fruit. So dragon fruit is very much available there, and juice is sold. Dragon fruit juice you can have. So all these things are there, and Manipur, the major population consists of Meiteis and Cookies. Meiteis are majorities, and Cookies are also there, and some Naga tribes are there. So these are the local population of Manipur. And Manipur has a unique festival which is called Sangai Festival. Once in a year it is held, and in that festival, week-long celebrations are there, and the culmination happens with a polo match. So it is said that polo game originated in Manipur, and the original polo pony is a Manipuri pony. In this polo tournament, foreign teams from US, UK, Argentina come and play here. It's a beautiful event, Sangai Festival. So you must plan a visit to Manipur during that time, and the remaining northeast also you can cover when you come this side. It's a beautiful place, as I told you, and the coming once is not adequate. If you come once and go back, you will go back, but your soul will remain here, and you have to come back again to take your soul back. So this I can assure you. And any detail left out, please visit my travel blog, as I said, shekharsrivastavworld.wordpress.com. You will find more details there, and you can inbox me on this YouTube channel. You can inbox any query to me. I will be happy to respond. Please have happy traveling. Thank you so much, friends. Have a good night.